Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are playing with the Ashes of Malmouth expansion with our summoner Necromancer. And today we're gonna run into the Malmouth sewers, but discovered a little secret area over here that's not really on the map, but if you just follow the shore to the left of the entrance into the sewers, from the sewers, go to the left. Then you will find yourself a very nice treasure chest there. But now, let's head into the smelly sewers. Yeah, they look smelly. Plenty. It's always nice that there are torches already burning. And some kind of ethereal ice burrowers. Okay. They look like very fancy worms. Okay, survived that. Of course, the sewers are filled with opportunities for secrets, so we'll just have to pay good attention and probably missed most of the secrets, but gonna at least put some effort in. Also, are those fire extinguishers in the sewer? That's interesting. At least it looks like. Or is this just symbolizing a connection to houses upstairs or something along those lines? Definitely some kind of odd crystallized glowy worms. And of course we have 3 different directions we could possibly go into.
Skill's not ready.
For now, let's stick to the right hand wall, and until when we find an exit we'll just have to do some backtracking. Or if it becomes clear that there is a certain directionality to it, then we can just backtrack in order to minimize the total number of backtracking. But this is the probably the episode where we're gonna set foot into Malmuth proper, to the Candle District, if I remember correctly. So it just ties back. There's a potential that the directionality is actually from bottom left to top right. So let's just double check that this is a dead end, because in that case it is. And it looks like that is right. Always nice when the map layout is at least a little bit simple. Yeah, Malmouth proper. It's we're getting close to the end of the story playthrough. Very curious to see how it's gonna end. Whether it will be more satisfying than the ending to the base campaign, because that felt a little unfinished. Well, you do defeat the Loghorian and then nothing really. The responses of the NPCs are a bit odd. So at least we're now continuing here, and they didn't really have to change a lot of the dialogues in the end, because, well, frankly, there weren't really a lot of dialogues in the end of the story to change to make the expansion work. I'm curious to see how they've handled it with the expansion, if this is going to be a little bit more satisfying in that regard. And of course, I'm pretty curious to see what the final boss is going to be. So far I've still been spoiler free. So the end boss fight, I'm gonna go into it blindly, which is always nice. I do enjoy going into things blindly and then just figuring things out as I go. And then learning on the fly. And I do appreciate fights that give you enough space inside of the fight to actually do that, rather than the fight being set up in a way where there's only one way to do it correctly and everything else, any kind of experimentation will just lead you to your doom. I really don't enjoy those kinds of fights. Well, Grim Dawn so far has been pretty good about it. The Logorian fight at the ending of Act 4. That's a pretty neat fight. It's pretty darn intense, especially if you're either too tanky and low on damage, or I suspect if it's in reverse, so if you're not tanky enough. And even if you're a glass cannon, maybe you can bypass some of the mechanics of the fight, but I think you're just gonna get punished if you're not tanky enough, because in general, Grim Dawn really expects you to be tanky, to be able to hold your own. Okay, so there's two ways across the chasm here. We took the left one, and that looks like a secret, and it actually is a secret. Nice. I do appreciate it when you can tell a secret.
I can't do that yet.
Morphos. We'll just have to deal with them. No, let's actually just scare some enemies back, and they died before they could actually scare any of their friends. That is always too bad. There's some dynamite over there. Well, before I do anything with it, I want to go to the secret, but otherwise I will forget. There's a corpse here. There's usually a corpse. Anything else? No treasure chests. Aww. Oh. We got a corpse. Corpses are basically treasure chests. So there's that, but there's also stuff down here. Oh, looks like the other bridge actually was a dead end. There's a small chest there. I'm not gonna go back for it. Anything on the wooden platforms down here? No, not really. Would have been a perfect venue for yet another secret. So I suspect the dynamite is going to be the way forward. And I think there's going to be a couple of things that we can run around here, but eventually we will have to go to the dynamite. If not, the dynamite is going to be a bonus and we'll have to backtrack it. If we're like 2 rooms further. I don't think that's going to be the case. So we'll just see whether I'm gauging this correctly or not. Also, that platform up there. Wait. Technically, there should be a walkway there. We can't get there. Interesting. Also, enemies. Etherborn Scamp. Okay. Okay. You, Vanalius the Voracious. Oh, that's alliteration, isn't it? When you got multiple words that have similar starting sounds. I think that's alliteration. At least they got their alliteration right. It's always, names are always pleasing when there is alliteration in it. Okay, we did lose most of our minions here, but that is all right, and it's nice to get it correct that indeed this looks like it was dead end. No, there's more here. Parallel to that. And there's a waypoint ahead. You know what? We're going to backtrack and we're going to check out the detonation site. So if the detonation site, if this hadn't been a way through, then this would have been. That would have forced us to use it. Now it's looking more and more like a simple side area that will have some kind of reward. And big glowy cloud things that they leave behind. Definitely not good for the health of our minions. There's a corpse. Okay, detonation sites. 3 dynamites. So let's check it out. What were you hiding? Okay, put down our totem here. Put totem down. Oh, crystal's already gone. Just trying to keep the totem up every time the recharge is done. I'm just going to put it close to the next enemy in an attempt to just keep as many of the melee minions alive. I must say, this is going on for quite a bit more than I'd expected. Okay.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, so the big pets are slowly dying. Might as well summon them while they're still alive, just to get their health up. Okay. Oh, this is a stone arch, isn't it? Yeah. But this is what I mean with one of those nice examples of nice level design. From this angle, you could mistake this just simply for something that's closed off by a rock, and instead it's a stone arch. And from this side, from the other side, it is clear that this is an arch, but from over there, it's not. Oh, that's a big golem. Galacross, the mountain. Okay. You know what? You're murdering my minions, so I'm just gonna scare your minions away. And you're big into slam attacks, sure. Just keep resummoning my minions here, and eventually we will make it through. Wonderful. Crush the mountain, that was an achievement. It's nice when some of the secrets are tied to achievements. This might be a more meaningful fight on higher difficulties. Ether crystals, that's always nice. Now, since the expansion, we of course are able to put purple items in our shared stash. So if you've had higher level characters before, then you will have inherited, or most likely you will have inherited a lot of crystals from those higher level characters via the shared stash. So they're easier to obtain now for newer characters than they were before, because before every character really did have to gather their own crystals and do some farming for it and stuff like that. So life has become easier, but still, it's always nice to have more crystals. Because a lot of crafting recipes for the medium to higher tier components, they require crystals. So this was the entirety of the area that we needed 3 dynamites to access. And I think from now on, if I go back to the main menu and then go back in, this will remain unlocked. So this is a one-off, but you can of course then farm the boss that lies behind it. And especially considering that there's a waypoint around there, this is actually pretty farmable. And it's easier to go in from the inside than from the outside, because it's quite a walk getting here otherwise. Etherhound. And there is some fighting here. Malmuth resistance.
Not ready.
Ooh, peoples. We found peoples. Another faction. Wonderful. I hope they didn't notice that I did try to attack them, because, well, they're things on a map, and if the things on a map are not my minions, I attack them generally. But we do have the Malmuth Sewer Rift tag now, so let's have a chat with Captain Wilfer over here. How are you doing, good sir?
You better have a damn good reason to be here, before I assume you're just another ethereal. You're not from Malmouth, though. I'd know. Speak. Why are you here?
So, none of the 2 answers are really great, are they? I've been sent here to help, or what is this place? I've been sent here to help. I've not really been sent here to help, right? I'm going here of my own accord to stop things, but yeah, maybe that's just being too picky over the semantics. So let's go with that.
Eh? You and what army? The city's been overrun. Our people are scattered, dead, or worse, taken into the fleshworks.
I am the army, buddy. So, what is Black Legion? Is still Black Legion on its way? They might be. Yeah, Black Legion is on its way.
The Black Legion? They survived the carnage in the capital? I suppose if anyone was gonna pull through, you could count on the Emperor's finest. How do they plan to get here? The docks are destroyed. Aether fire surrounds us.
Well, the way is secure. We just need a way inside the city.
I don't know what that means, but if it's true, the best way into the city proper would be through the Candle District. The bridge was raised following the attacks, but the controls should still function. If you find a way to lower it, then the Legion can enter.
Okay, we'll figure something out. And ta-da! Ulgrim showed up because we just activated the portal over here.
So, this is what's left of the Resistance then. We're going to need the Legion. Wait, did I just say that? Somer must have rubbed off on me.
Wilfer mentioned bridge controls.
Yes, that will suffice to let Creed's troops pour into the city proper. You will have to make your way through the Candle District, a more pleasant name for the city's slums. I don't expect it will be enjoyable. Carve your way through whatever horrors the Ethereals have waiting, and bring down that bridge. In the meantime, I'll try to get what information I can out of these people. Figure out what we're dealing with.
I'll make sure the bridge is lowered. Okay. Let's see what you
How are the
else you have to
slums
say.
treating you?
Doesn't really have anything else, but Captain Wilfer now has a request.
If you're serious about heading out into the Candle District, which I don't recommend, then there's something you could do to cement our trust.
Alright, what is it?
The Ethereals do more than just slaughter us. That much is apparent. They've been gathering the dead and transporting them to Crown Hill. To what end? Just take a look at the mutated brutes roaming the city. We're just fuel for their experiments, material for their army. And I will not stand for another human being used this way. The ethereal gathering efforts are concentrated around the Candle District, where the fighting was thickest. If you head out there, destroy their despicable corpse wagons.
Alright, I will destroy the wagons. Cool. I think the voice acting is a little flat for that character. There could have been a little bit more emphasis on some of the things he said to just make it less like someone who's just reading off of a page. That would like some real dialogue that would have happened between people. But still, though, I guess the voice acting is slowly improving over what it was in the base game, because that wasn't always that great either. Okay, and the sewer hideout is actually a hideout.
Come see what's left of my
So
wares.
we're currently being tolerated by the
Put it to
Malmuth
good
resistance. So that is yet another faction. KLM. You would expect them to be between here, the Malmuth resistance. Okay. Guess we'll need some actual faction standings with them to get some. Corinia, you have a green marker over your head indicating you want to say something.
And you are?
I'm with the Black Legion. I'm here to help.
The Black Legion? Where were they when the city burned? Where were they when our people were forced to flee into the sewers? Where were they when we watched our children get turned into monsters?
I'm sorry, the attacks happened everywhere.
That may be true, but do not expect me to leap for joy because of empty gestures. If you are here to help, then act.
Very well. Okay, that voice acting was good. Kalen, Forge Master. These heathenous fiends have no respect for a hard-working man. Who's that? Those damned things keep things up in the city. First they tore up my shop, had to work out of a tent. Then they came and tore up my tent, dented and bent and all my damn tools, even put out my fire. That thing's been burning for 20 years. Now I'm left to hide in the sewers without a single tool to my name. What am I supposed to do? I'm sure the resistance could use some help. Look now, when it comes down to it, I'll do whatever it takes to help out. But without a good tool and a hot flame, there really ain't much I can do. That's what happened when you spend 30 years learning how to pound iron. Once I get a fire going, then I'll be able to help. Well, find you a place to work then. Okay, so this is going to be probably a crafter. So, for the later parts of the game, this is where we can do our thing. Lots of people actually here. Even an illusionist here. Thad. Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants with the armor and weapons. You'll die like everybody else. Excuse me? You heard me. You're gonna go up there and die like everyone else. Doesn't matter how much armor you've got on. The monsters will get you. What happened to you, kid? Thad's face turns red with anger. Nothing. Doesn't matter. Suit yourself. Okay. So you know what? I'm just gonna skip some of the background lore bits here, and we're just gonna look if there's any more quests. Okay, just some nothing incredibly important. Like, then there's only the 4, 5. Okay, let's have a quick look then. Erlene. Whoa, hey, are you one of those necromancers? I am. Let's keep that between you and I. Oh, okay. Like our little secret. I get it. People probably think you're really scary. I won't tell anybody. I'm gonna be a necromancer someday too. And I can bring dead stuff back to life. Like rats. And those nasty little grubble things. And like a huge slimy monster made of horse bones. You can do that, right? Not exactly. Oh, come on. I know you can do it. You can probably make all kinds of nasty stuff. Shouldn't you be with your parents or something? They're all dead, okay? My brothers and sisters, mommy and daddy. The monsters came and took my mommy first. Then daddy went looking for her and never came back. Okay, so that's why you want to be a necromancer? Maybe. I just want to see mommy again. I can't stand it down here. It stinks and all the other kids are mean. They just make fun of me all the time. I'm all by myself. I just thought, if I was a necromancer, maybe I could bring them back and I wouldn't be so lonely anymore. I'm sorry, kids. That's just not how it works. You're probably right. I don't want to be alone anymore. So, what's wrong with the other kids? They're evil. They just keep making fun of me because my parents are dead. Thad says my mommy is a monster now and she's gonna come get me when I sleep. That's pretty terrible, but you're safe down here. What do you mean? Is mommy really a monster? Is she really coming to get me? No, the other kids are lying to you. You really think so? Doesn't matter anyway. They're never going to stop making fun of me. I'll talk to them. You would do that? Well, no one likes a bully. So that was the Thad over here. Ooh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Okay, yes, you need to stop making fun of Erling. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do about it? You can't touch me. My dad is part of the Crown Hill Enclave. Okay, but he's not here. How about I bring you up to the surface with me? Maybe I'll just raise some skeletons to play with your bones. That's being mean. Okay, so how about I bring you up to the surface with me then? Okay, his eyes widen in horror. You wouldn't. You can't. Leave Erlone alone, or I will. Whatever, I'll leave Erlene alone. Good. Okay, and we can't report it back. But at least now we got some karmic closure. We helped the kids out here. That's always nice. And being a good, responsible necromancer. Okay, let's have a chat with Nella here, who, thanks to the highlighting here, looks like she's a skeleton. Oh, there's a skeleton standing in front of her. That's actually kind of spooky. Nella, do you hear that? Tell me, you can hear it too. I don't hear anything. I must be going crazy. I can hear it so clearly. An old woman speaking to me, as if she were right here. So, what does she say then? I don't know the language she's speaking, but I feel like she's calling to me. I see her in my dreams too. I don't know what to do to rid myself of her. Maybe you should try talking back. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Then everyone else down here will think I'm crazy. So, let's see. Console her. Tell her she's crazy, or tell her everybody thinks she's crazy. Let's be the nice necromancer here, so don't worry about him. Garant. Too old to fight, too frail to make a difference. That's what they're all thinking, so they keep old Garant down here with the wounded and the kids. Well, I'll tell ya, Garant still got some fight left in him. You used to fight? That's right, was the best damn soldier for my miles. Garant the Stalwart, Garant Hammerfist, Garant the Unstoppable. That's what they used to call me. You were a soldier? Got any war stories? You know, back when old Garant was still working for the city guard. Wait, that's it? Now hold on to your britches. Garant ain't a drink in a bit. He's feeling a little slow. Now where were we? Ah yes, the city guards. Now, they used to tell stories about this crazy woman, went by the name of Wanda, or Yvonda, or something. She'd run around telling stories, everyone in the world was gonna end. As the story goes, she would sneak into places all around the city and steal stuff, random stuff. Don't nobody know what she did with all the stuff, with all the Garant things. She was hiding it somewhere. She ain't been seen in years, but last time anyone seen her, she was crazy on a global fart, rambling on about the end of the world and something she'd forgotten. Suppose, when it comes down to it, she was right. Well, got any more tales for me? Well, let's see. How about Garant's favorite bar fight? Yeah, there's a good one. Happened at a watering hole called Freighters Down to the Black Irons. Place was run by a crusty old sailor named Nicholas Koch. You see, there weren't nothing Nick knew better than the sauce. Made him a damn good business out of it too. But there's a story for a different time. That night Garant was down there, sitting at the bar, doing what he did best. He was drinking, you see. I thought fighting was what he did best. Ha, true enough. Bird gang to that part. You see, Garant's just sitting there contemplating his tankard, an ale, his tankard at ale, and when he walks a band of ruffians. They was pushing people and spilling drinks, but Garant didn't pay him no mind. That is till one of them goons spotted Nick's daughter, Jessie, working behind the bar. Now old Garant will tell you straight and away that Jessie weren't nothing of a looker. Just this side of a grobel, mixed with that some sort of troll. This guy, you see, he thought maybe he needed a closer look, so he jumps to the bar and starts getting all touchy on Jessie. Well, that's when the real trouble started. The birdie spots Garant sitting there and gets a devilish look in his eye, stares Garant right in the face and says, "Looky here, we got us one of them fancy city guards. What you gonna do about this, you useless drunk?" And he leans in to kiss Jessie. Well, Garant weren't having none of it. He snaps to his feet, grabs the man by the hair, and smashes his face through tankards on the bar. The rest of them goons were stunned, but Garant wasn't stopping there. He grabs the second guy by the side of the face and bounces his head off the bar. By this time, the third guy is trying to draw his sword, so Garant picks up the bloody tankard and uses it to ruin his face too. Then, like that weren't enough, Garant hops over the bar and hauls the first guy to the feet. That poor sucker was snarling and coughing up blood, but his lessons weren't finished yet. Garant drags him by his hair to the front door and tosses him down 2 flights of steps leading to the docks. Tell you what, Garant never once paid for a drink at Nick's bar after that night. Was also the last night Garant was a city guard. Wow, that was brutal. You're damn straight it was. Old Garant's famous for a reason, don't you know? Got any more tales for me? You know, back when old Garant was still working for the city guards. Okay, so good story. Thanks. Nice, just a character. Nothing apocalyptic, but just a nice character to have in here. Bloody difficult to read out loud as well, kind of. That kind of dialogue. Let's see what Karna has to say. I sure hope you're here to help. Otherwise, we don't really need another mouth to feed. Is it that bad down here? Well, I suppose we're safe. That's as much anyone can ask for after the attacks on the service. But I don't think I'll live through another one of that old drunk stories. Well, whose stories? Garant. He fancies himself some sort of hero because he got into a few bar fights when he was younger. Must have been a long time before I was born because I've never heard of him. The way he talks, I'm starting to think they should send him up to the service to take back the city. I have half a mind to head up there myself just to get away from him. Well, I'm heading up there. Could use some help. I wasn't really serious. Don't think I'd be of any use. I'm handy with a tool and keen with the needle and thread, but I don't think I'd be any good in a fight. There's only one way to find out. All right, I get the point. I just like having something to complain about. Keeps my mind off what's going up on above. By all means, complain away. And finally, one more of the kids. Ginny. Thad says he saw you talking to that crybaby Ereline. She's from the Candle District, you know. You need to stop making fun of her. Oh yeah? What if I don't? Let's see. She's a necromancer who knows what she might do, so that's gonna talk her up a bit. Maybe I'll leave you in the Candle District for the monsters. That's threatening, that's kind of mean. How about to tell the guards what you've been doing? I don't know, what the guards care. But kids... Let's go with the necromancer bit. She's a necromancer. Who knows what she might do? No way. You're lying. There's no way that little Grobblewort is a necromancer. Well, keep making fun of her and you'll find out. So, that was that. All the lorry bits. Then there is a Candle District over there and there's a Steel Cap District over here. And there's a guard next to it, so I think we're not allowed to go in yet. Let's see. Orlin, are you gonna tell me that I can't go there? I'm sorry, but no one is allowed to beyond this point until Corinia gives the go-ahead. Well, I need to get deeper into the city. Well, we're not jeopardizing our operation because of one person. If Corinia says nobody goes, then nobody goes. What's there anyway? A war zone. The Steel Cap District used to be the city's center of industry and one of Khan's largest shipping ports. Now it's just a pile of rubble for the most part. We held a fortification up there until a couple of weeks ago. The ethereal scum made a big push, surprised us in the middle of the night. We were overwhelmed in a matter of minutes. Without Corinia, we would have been doomed. She took command and ordered a full retreat down here into the sewers and found this place for us to hide. I think we can hold it well enough, but if we really want to fight back, we need to retake our base up there. If you want to get up there, then you need to go speak with Corinia. I'll do that. So that's the lady we spoke with a bit earlier. Probably later on we'll get a quest from her. There's the Journeyman's pack over here and some stuff, so that is good. Nothing else over here. And then the way forward into the Candle District. But oh, it's going to be a nice point to call at the end of the episode. We made our way through the Malmouth sewers to the hideout. So next episode we can go above ground again and have a look at the Candle District, the slums of Malmouth. So for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.